age word problems using algebra. Age word problems are something that you come across in algebra frequently. It's generally talking about two people, sometimes three, and it is saying that one person is a certain number of years older or a certain number of years younger than another person, or that when you take their ages and you add them together, they will sum to a certain amount, or when you subtract them, the difference will be a certain amount. So I'm going to show you a strategy today, an organizational strategy that helps with solving these problems. On this worksheet, there are several word problems, and we'll just start with the first one. Jack is twice as old as Lacey. In 3 years, the sum of their ages will be 54. How old are they now? So we're talking about two people here, Jack and Lacey, and we're trying to figure out how old they are now. Now you'll notice that in each of these there are some words that I have underlined and some words that I have bolded. We'll talk about the underlined words first. These are key words: as old as, older than, triple the daughter's age, older than, older than, older than. You see that one repeated a lot. And these are words that indicate to you which person is the older and which person is the younger. So in this particular case, we have to figure out which person is older and which person is younger. And we want to associate a variable with the younger person. The younger person is mentioned after these words. Jack is twice as old as Lacey. So when we're assigning a variable, I'm just going to use X, the standard one. We're going to work in terms of X. In other words, we don't want two variables in our equation. We only want one, and we want that variable to be X. So when we look at Jack, we have to relate his age in terms of Lacey's age, or in terms of X. And this first sentence tells us that Jack is twice as old as Lacey. So that would be 2X. Now, I'm going to stop here and set up a table for this problem. And this is an organizational strategy that works really well for these types of problems. Because I have two people, I'm going to have 2 rows. Lacey is spelled that way. And I'm going to divide the remainder of the bar up into 2 parts. This is their age now, and I've already decided that Lacey is going to be my X value because she is the younger. So I'm going to put X here by Lacey. And I've decided that Jack is 2 times Lacey's age because of this word twice. So Jack is 2X. The other section of my graphic organizer comes into play when I see these bolded words. In 3 years, this is the future. So in 3 years is going to be 3 more years than what their ages are now. So I'm going to put plus 3 years there. And then I'm going to stop. I'm not going to worry about the rest of the problem at this point. So my first step is to identify which person or item is the X, and then relate the other person in terms of X. My second step is to set up my graphic organizer with the people's names and what I know about them now. And then I'm going to look at their ages in 3 years. So if Lacey is a certain age right now, 3 years from now, she is going to be that age plus 3. Jack is a certain age now, and in 3 years, he is going to be that age plus 3. So I'm going to fill in this part of my box, my organizer, before I worry about the rest of it. Oftentimes I have the kids draw a little line there to say stop. Stop when you get to that line. Do this part of the problem first, and then after you have that done, look at what it's telling us. The sum of their ages will be 54. In 3 years, the sum of their ages will be 54. So if I take this part that I have right here, and I add this expression and this expression, I should get an answer of 54. So when I solve my equation for x, I'm going to use these expressions in the last column and set my equation equal to 54. So I'm going to take Jack's age in that column, which is 2x plus 3, and then I'm going to take Lacey's age and add it to that, x plus 3. And I'm going to set it all equal to 54. Then I can simply combine terms and solve for x. So I have 2x's plus 1x is 3x. I have 3 plus 3 is 6, and that's equal to 54. I want to use the inverse operation for my addition, so I'm going to subtract 6 from each side. And over here, I'm going to get 48. And on this side, I still have my 3x. 3x is equal to 48, so I'm going to divide each side by 3. And I'm going to get x is equal to 16, I believe. 16 years, 16 times 3, yes. So, who is x? Well, Lacey is x, so Lacey is 16 years, and Jack is 2 times x. So Jack is equal to 16 times 2, which is 32 years. Now, to check my answer, I want to look and see what age they would be in 3 years and see if it does add up to 54. So Jack in 3 years will be 35, and Lacey in 3 years will be, let's see, 19. And when I add 19 plus 35, I get 54. So it looks like my answers for Lacey and Jack are correct. Lacey is 16 and Jack is 32.